Welcome to our deep dive into the hidden world of media control. In today's digital age, media is more pervasive and influential than ever before. From the moment we wake up and check our phones to the time we go to bed, we are constantly bombarded with information. But have you ever stopped to think about who controls this information and how it shapes our thoughts, behaviors, and perceptions? Dive into our latest video to uncover the sinister side of media control. From the pervasive grip of news outlets and social media to the subtle manipulation of our thoughts and behaviors, discover how these hidden influences shape our daily existence. Let's talk algorithms, those invisible lines of code that dictate your online experience. Over 70% of people get their news from social media, governed by the digital equivalent of a sugar-crazed toddler. Algorithms keep you glued to the screen with sensationalized garbage. They prioritize content that triggers fear, outrage, and cat videos while burying anything nuanced or complex. The average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media. Now, I'm not here to judge. I've lost entire weekends to a rabbit hole about the history of sporks, but 2 hours a day, every day, that's a significant chunk of your life. It's not just about the time spent, it's the constant exposure to this curated reality. It's exhausting, it's insidious, and it's working. Let's be honest, the news cycle these days can feel like a non-stop parade of existential dread. Constant exposure to negative news can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and depression. But here's the kicker: media companies know this. They exploit it for clicks, views, and profits. It's a vicious cycle of doom-scrolling and gloom.
It's true. The mental health impact is profound. We're seeing higher levels of stress and anxiety.
The fear factory.
Media companies, bless their little hearts, are masters of manipulation. They've weaponized our emotions, turning fear and outrage into a lucrative business model.
One of their favorite tactics, fear-mongering.
They bombard us with worst-case scenarios, stoke the flames of division, and generally make us feel like the world is one wrong step away from collapsing into a fiery hellscape.
And why?
Because fear sells. It keeps us glued to the screen, clicking on article after article, desperately seeking answers in a sea of carefully manufactured panic.
Fear-mongering headlines, sensationalism, media manipulation.
The echo chamber effect. Ever notice how social media can feel like a giant echo chamber? You surround yourself with like-minded individuals, everyone nodding along to the same opinions, reinforcing each other's biases. That's no accident.
Social media algorithms are designed to create these echo chambers, feeding you a steady diet of content that aligns with your existing beliefs. It's like living in a self-imposed ideological bubble, where dissenting opinions are gently nudged aside and critical thinking goes to die a slow, quiet death.
They're watching you. Remember that time you searched for cat pajamas online, and suddenly your entire internet experience was overrun with ads for feline-themed sleepwear? That, my friends, is the magic of surveillance capitalism.
Companies are collecting vast amounts of data on your every click, like, and purchase. This information is then used to create a disturbingly accurate profile of your interests, fears, and desires, which is then used to target you with personalized ads and content. It's like having a creepy digital stalker who knows you better than you know yourself. A web of lies, in the immortal words of Ron Burgundy, "Go fuck yourself, San Diego." Just kidding. But seriously, fake news is a real problem. It spreads like wildfire on social media, fueled by our insatiable appetite for the outrageous and the easily digestible. And because it's often designed to tap into our existing biases, it can be incredibly difficult to discern truth from fiction. The result? A public sphere drowning in misinformation, where critical thinking is replaced with blind faith and reasoned debate descends into a cacophony of shouting matches. Outro break free. We've taken a deep dive into the murky depths of media control, exposing the psychological tactics used to keep you hooked, the impact on your mental well-being, and the slow erosion of your privacy. But this isn't about succumbing to despair, it's about arming yourself with knowledge so you can navigate this digital minefield with your sanity and critical thinking skills intact. Learn the truth about social conformity, the illusion of materialistic happiness, and the critical need for independent thinking in the digital age. Join us for a chilling discussion to empower yourself and reclaim control.